Hey guys, it's Kat and I am here to intro a Get Ready With Me that I totally forgot to intro, and I was editing it last night and I was just like, what have you done? So the Get Ready With Me is not for this look. It is a much worse look, a little bit more colourful look. I'm testing out some new stuff, so it's like a first impressions of a bunch of new NYX products. Testing out a lighter brow product from Benefit, the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, and a bunch of other stuff. So this is, yeah, a Get Ready With Me using new products. The end look is kind of weird. It's not something I'd wear every day or any day, but it's more something that I was just doing to test out products. So hopefully you enjoy it. Okay, so we're going to start with foundation, and I'm trying out this guy here, which is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. The theory behind these is if you want like a light coverage, you use 2+ drops, medium coverage 3+ drops, full coverage 4+ drops. Now I have tried this, so it's sort of like a first impressions, but I have tried it once, so I've kind of got an idea about it. And I'm going to tell you, I don't personally love them, but we're going to try them today. I do have 3 shades, and I do find that as the shades get darker, they get a lot more kind of like orange. So that one there is golden, which is quite orange. This one is beige, which is still a little bit yellow, but I don't know. That's beige there, very yellow. And this one is vanilla, which is a lot lighter and a lot less yellow, which is nice to see. This is generally too fair for me. Like, I could barely see it. My hands are a lot different coloured to my face. So what I might do is use some of this with the beige, like maybe a few drops of this, like 1 drop of that, just to darken it a little bit. But those colours are a bit Simpsons characters. All right, I'm just going to go in with it. I'm just going with a Sigma brush. This is the flat Kabuki. I really like this for foundation, and I do want a reasonably full coverage because I've got redness and stuff going on. So I'm going to actually take a risk and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have tried this before, and they're kind of claims of 1 for light coverage. What is the cat doing up in the corner? Being cheeky. You need a lot more than it says. So I've got 5 on there now, and I'm going to go 2 with the beige. All right, let's see how that ends up going on my face. Where did it go? Disappeared. Okay, it definitely just disappeared into the brush. So don't just put it on your brush because it just drops in there. You have to actually drop it on your damn face. So I'm going to put some, how does this even work? On my fingers? Like, this is stupid. Okay, we've got a few drops. This is really annoying. Baby, can we just drop it onto the face? Whoa, no, don't do that. And I want to mix beige in there. This is inconvenient. Okay, let's just put some beige somewhere. Some beige. Beige. Alright, I don't like this drops foundation because it's annoying to apply. It'd be a lot better with like a sponge, but we're going with a brush today. It is very thin and very light coverage. I don't know what they're talking about with like higher coverage. I don't see it. It does dry pretty quickly, so it's a very liquidy foundation, but it dries pretty damn quickly, so you know. Alright, so I'm looking a little bit corpse-like, which, whatever, we can warm that up. I don't like this foundation. It's kind of really thin, and I don't have dry skin, and it feels like it's sort of looking dry on certain areas of my face. It's very thin. It doesn't really coat the skin really well. It just kind of like brushes over the skin and disappears. So I'll see if I can build it up a bit, but at the moment with I think I put about 5 or 6 drops on my face, and I had like 6 drops in my brush. Or did I have 7 drops? I think I had 7 drops. This is medium coverage, so you need a lot more than it claims that you need. Put a bit more on. Alright, so I've put a lot on my hand. This is a mix of both shades, and this is probably the best way to do it actually, in hindsight, just to put a bunch on and then use it like that. Why do I have a splatter on my mirror of the foundation? That is gross. Alright, let's just kind of pat it on and hope to build up some coverage. It's looking a bit yellow, and I'm hoping it's not going to oxidize, because then it's going to look even more yellow. Oh well, this is why we test this shit. Alright, I'm going to have to zoom in on this in a sec, because it's looking really dry on my oily skin, which doesn't make much sense to me. Alright, so from a distance this looks alright. It's still a very thin foundation. It's sort of starting to set a little bit, but around here it just kind of looks like it sort of clumps up a little bit. Definitely transfers quite a lot, just touching it, it transfers, and it doesn't cover evenly, if that makes sense. Like it just, I don't think it's very good to build. I think if you want a really thin, almost nothing foundation, this might be a good one, but I know for my oily skin and my redness and all that kind of stuff, I don't like it, but I'll zoom in. All right, so that's really zoomed in. Disgusting. I don't know if you can see, oh, and sorry about the nail polish. I'm gonna clean soon, and if I did my nails, they would end up like this anyway. So it's really uneven. You can still see redness coming through, and it kind of settles in the pores and doesn't look all that nice. I don't like it. It kind of clings around the nose. It just, if you had dry skin, this would cling to dry patches. It just doesn't look very nice. All right, lucky I'm not going out and about today except to the shops, so who cares? I'm just going in with a concealer. This is just a normal concealer of mine. I'm trying to use it up. So this is the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. It's a waterproof one in, I don't know, I think the shade was Sand, I think. And I'm just gonna use that because I know this foundation is going to break down around my T-zone. So I'm gonna just use that with my foundation brush and just kind of go into the areas that I know will break down and cover some of my under eye stuff. Here, get the fuck away. I was actually testing out another foundation yesterday, and I wore this concealer under my eyes, and the rest of the foundation just like disappeared throughout the day, but then I had concealer under my eyes, so this one does stay. I might actually do a weird test with that foundation that I just put on. I'm gonna do the tattoo test. This is like really greasy because it's healing, so it has moisturizer on it, but I wanna see how good coverage the foundation is. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna do 1 drop and we're gonna blend it in. Sorry about the dry skin. So that's the coverage it gives, which is not much. 2 drops. Whoop, did I drop one on the mirror? Yes, I did. Doesn't really build on itself very well. 3 drops. Let's go 4 drops. Ooh. Just kind of smears further and further, like it slightly builds up, but it definitely clings to dry patches because I've got dry skin there. But let's try to pat it in a bit. I think the best you can do is get it to medium. It won't probably go that much more, but that's kind of the coverage with, what was that, nearly 5 drops. So there you go. All right, so the next thing I want to test out is these guys from NYX. They are the hashtag no filter finishing powder. I have the shade Ivory, I have the shade Alabaster, which is lighter, and the shade Honey Beige, which I'm going to use this one. I've opened it and I don't love it. I do think essentially what this does is slightly set your foundation so it's not like tacky, but it doesn't actually add anything else. It doesn't mattify slightly, it doesn't increase the longevity, it just kind of sets it a little bit. So I need a bit more than that with my oily skin, so I don't really want to reach for these, but if you just want to set your foundation really lightly, these might be a good option. I'm actually really glad that I'm not doing anything today because I know this foundation and this powder will not last on me, and if I was doing, like if I was going out tonight, it would be a mess. So luckily I'm just going to the bank and supermarket and doing some packing and some cleaning, and you know, who cares? Who cares really? Alright, so on a close inspection, that does make the foundation look a lot nicer. So it kind of brings it together a little bit more, adds a tiny bit of coverage. So I do like it a lot more with the powder on it, but I don't love it. Alright, let's do something a bit different. I'm going to do my brows now, and I'm going to try something from Benefit. Now, I have tried most of their brow range and I do really like it, but I went to an event the other week. I need to find it. Alright, so I went to an event the other week and I decided to pick up some lighter shades of brow products because I kind of want to play around with light brows, and like, I don't know, I think it's a bit different. Normally I'm a shade 4 in this range and this is a shade 2. So this is going to be a bit different. This is the Eyebrow. I really like the Eyebrow. It's their brow pomade. And I like this one because I think it's a lot more budge proof than the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. And also it is a little bit drier in consistency, so you don't paint on your brows. You kind of just feather them on almost like you're using a powder, but it kind of clings a bit better than a powder. So yeah, I'm going to try this and see how I go. It is very light. It is very light. We're testing some stuff out today. Look, excuse my language. It's going to be a bit of a fucked up look, but you know, we're trying new stuff. All right, so if you haven't used this before, you take this little guy out and you go like this, and you have a little angle brush in there, which is handy. That's the product there, so it's super light. I'm a little bit scared, and we're going to try it. Okie dokie, let's give this one a go. Kind of looks like I don't have any brows. I don't know, I thought it'd be interesting playing around with light brows and like dark lips and stuff for winter. I don't know what's wrong with me, but that's what's wrong with me. I do like this product. That's a light brow. I'm not going to really do much to it. I'm just going to fill them in a bit more. The good thing about with like light brows is they don't need to be like precise, because you can't really see them if they're like messed up, so that's all right. If you've got light brown hair or even like an ashy blonde, it's actually a really cool color. So number 2, I believe the odd numbers are warm and the even numbers are cool. So this is the light shade that's cool, then 3 and 4 are medium, warm, and then cool, and then 5 and 6 are dark in the range. So that's how it goes. Normally I'm 4, which is the cooler medium, but that's what the cooler light looks like. I kind of like it. I don't know how it's going to go with my eye look, but I kind of like it. Alright, so that's sort of like a thumbs up. Good. Let's get on to the eyes now. I'm going to use a primer that I'm just trying to pan. It's also by Benefit actually. The Stay Don't Stray light medium eyeshadow and concealer primer, so you can put this on your eyes or even under your eyes to help your concealer last longer. I just like it because it's got a doe foot applicator, but I've had it open for a while and I thought I probably should use it up, so that's what we're doing. So I'm just putting it on. This is actually going to come with me traveling. I should have already put up a video about the makeup that I'm bringing with me to Japan for 2 weeks, because I am actually going to organize that after this, as in like organize my makeup, clean up my makeup room, and also pack my makeup bag. And I might go through my makeup bag and show you what I'm bringing. So if I've already done that, I'll link it up in the corner. If I haven't linked it, it's because I'm on holidays, but it'll be on my channel somewhere. I'm just going to use a Real Techniques. This is the domed shadow brush, just to kind of blend that out. This is good because it's not too wet, so it definitely is like a moussey consistency that's easy to apply, but once you kind of blend it out, it dries, and it's a little bit tacky, so it grips to the shadow, but it's not like, I find the Urban Decay one stays wet for a really long time, and it's kind of annoying to use because you have to sort of wait for it to dry down a bit. This one's really nice. Whenever Darren walks in on me doing my makeup and I'm at this stage, he freaks out. He always thinks I look like scary. So he's like, put your eyes on, put your eyes on. I can't see your eyes. So I'll put my eyes on. All right, the only eyeshadow palette that I wanted to test out was this guy by Tarte. I bought this to traveling with me. I thought it was a really good go-to palette, like you can just use one thing. And the only thing it's missing is a cream. So it's got like a transition color, a darker brown, a warmer transition color or crease color, a gold, a nice sort of berry, cranberry kind of color, and then a bronze. And I thought this was a really good little palette to take away. The quality seems really, really nice. And the only thing it's missing is like a cream matte, but I always thought I can always just use like my face powder to blend it out or to, you know, put on my brow bone or something. So this is the only eyeshadow palette I'm planning on bringing away with me. It's so compact, so cute. It's got a mirror so you can sort of do it like while you're like, actually you could do your makeup using it. I'm going to try to do my makeup using it. I think you totally could. I'm going to try to minimize the use of too many brushes because I have to clean them and I don't want to have to clean too many. So I'm using that same thing that I blended out the primer with, and I'm going in with this shade here, which is Boss. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's just that kind of sort of bronze color. It's a really nicely pigmented shade. I think these are the sort of shades that they're quite almost moist, so they pick up better with the fingers than they do with a brush, but they definitely work. I'll swatch a matte as well. This palette's actually really gorgeous. That's a matte, beautiful. That's a shimmer, that's a shimmer, that's a shimmer. They're like really, really gorgeous. So they're nice. It's a nice little travel palette. I might actually swap that brush out with more of a flat brush. This is actually by Hakuhodo, which is fancy. The B004G. The only reason I'm using it is because I've got a little container of brushes that I recently like cleaned, and it's the only flat one in there, but a flat one and probably a natural hair one will pick it up a lot better. So let's just go in with that bronze that is gorgeous. Oh, love that color. Do we want to zoom in? Let's zoom in. Okay, we're doing a bit of a zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. So that's the bronze. Let's do it on the other eye. So pretty. Definitely happy to use this for a couple of weeks straight. Then on the same brush, but on the other side, so that's the bronze side. On this side, I'm going to go in with that color there, which is Dominate. And I'm going to put that just on the outer corner, outer half. It's so beautiful. I'm just going to run that under the eye as well, just in a messy way. Then with a fluffy brush, this is like an unnamed Lancome one. I'm going in with this shade just to blend it out, then deepen it with that one. And I might go in with that one just to use it. So this is that light shade Drive, just to sort of blend out the colors that I used. Blend the edges a little bit because I'm a bit sloppy with my eyeshadow. Then we're using Crisp on the same brush. Just to warm that up a little bit and to take it a little bit higher, and Styling on the same brush. Just to deepen the outer corner and the crease a little bit. Then I'm just wiping off the brush that I used and just kind of blending it all together a little bit. And I've lost some of that cranberry colour, so I'm just going to go back in and just add some of that back in, back in, back in. Alright, that's the eyeshadow look. I can say that with this little palette, you can definitely create like a few full looks. The only colour I didn't use was that one, but I could always do that like in a corner. But they are very, very soft and they do have a little bit of fallout. They kind of remind me a little bit of the Lorac Pro formula with the mattes. So they're very soft but very pigmented and nice blendable. And these are nice metallics, but it's best to pick them up with a flat brush because they are almost like a slightly more moist formula, but it's a really nice little palette. All right, while we're zoomed in on the eye, I'm going to test out one of these guys. These are the Vivd Brights by NYX. They've got some crazy colors. I've just swatched them for you. Definitely the most wearable would be the dark purple and the blue, but I might go the red because, you know, I've got some red colors on my eyes and it's a weird color and I may as well try it. So let's try this one. All right, I'm a bit nervous. I think this is the first time I've used a red liner, but you know, go big or go home. It's actually nicely pigmented. The brush is a little bit flimsy, and I feel like I have to keep going back in to get enough product, but I don't need to layer it, which is good. I definitely think it looks a little bit more pink on the eyes than red, but I don't hate it. All right, I happened to get that one all over my lashes, but gross. But it's interesting. Like, it's not a look that I would use, like I would wear often. I don't think it's the most flattering. But it's like a good, these are a good like cheap option if you want to play around because they're pretty decent. I'm actually quite surprised. I'll see if I can make this work with mascara and lashes. I'm not holding my breath, but we'll give it a go. All right, the mascara that I'm using is this one here. It's a NYX. I've never used this. It's the double stacked mascara, so it's got a fiber and a mascara. And essentially what you do is you apply the mascara, then the fibers, then the mascara again, and it's supposed to amplify your lashes. I find these kind of scary. Let's see if I don't need to wear false lashes to make this red eyeliner work. Let's see. Let's see. All right, I like that the mascara is big and that the fibers are quite small because you use more mascara than fibers, but that's what they look like. So, mascara first. Oh, bit of a chunk going on. All right, I don't hate this mascara. It's not too wet. I find that when mascaras are too wet, your lashes sort of droop. Definitely lengthens, definitely kind of volumizes. I don't hate it. And you can see that the liner has dried down matte, which is cool as well. Feels a little bit tight on the eyes. All right, so on its own, I don't hate that mascara. That's great. That's nice. Go mascara, go. Now for the scary fibers that do scare me, and it's on a brush like that. Just always worried about getting these in my eyes. All right, and back to mascara. I feel like this is going to make them clumpier. Look, I don't hate it. I've got quite like sparse lashes, so that's why I like to put like outer corner lashes anyway. But if you just want like length and a little bit of volume, this one's not too bad. Like, this side is always my better lashes side, so we'll see how this one goes, but I don't hate it. So that's that side, and that's that side, and they're looking all right. Maybe I won't put lashes on today, so I can't be bothered. All right, I look like a corpse, so we're doing the rest of the face. I'm just going in with my Project Pan bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster, I think. Look, I repressed it and I don't have much to go. So let's just do it. This is a brush that I got from the art shop, so, you know, it's not a particular brand or type that makeup artists will know. Warm up my face so I don't look like a corpse on camera. Thank you. All right, there's a bit of bronzer on there, and I'm going in with my Rimmel blush that I'm also trying to pan, and I'm just using the same brush with that one. All right, because we're playing with colors, I'm going to try out the Alchemist palette by Kat Von D. I was lucky enough to be sent this from a lovely subscriber for my birthday. Thank you so much, Paula. And I've used this a couple of times, but I'm not, like, I haven't used it too much because I want to use it more when I get back from Japan and review it properly. So these are the shades in it. They're really, really pretty. I will swatch them. There's a green, like a blue, a purple, and a pink. And they're really, really pretty. And the good thing about this one is the blue's a little bit more unique. Like that's the green. This is the blue. It's a little bit more unique than other kind of colored highlighters because it's more of a like aqua color. It's really, really pretty. And then purple, which is more like other palettes blues. And then the pink one, which is probably the hardest to see on camera, but they're gorgeous. So I might go in with this one because that one I think is the most unique, and it's really interesting. All right, I'm just gonna go in with a Sigma. This is the Soft Blend Concealer. I'm not using it for concealer, I'm using it for highlighter, and I'm scared of putting too much on, but go big or go home. So it's a gorgeous color. Look at it. So it's definitely, it's like a blue, but it's a lot warmer because it's got a little bit of green in it, and I think it's a lot more flattering than some of those really stark kind of purpley blues. It's pretty. Doesn't really go with this look, but it's not the point. So that's a highlighter there. It doesn't have much of a white base, so when I look straight on, it doesn't look like there's white patches or like blue patches, so it's just a beautiful kind of color shift. So that's pretty. Love it, love it. Now NYX are releasing a bunch of new lip products in Australia. There's some new shades of the Lip Lingeries. So these are sort of like darker sort of shades or like just expanding the range. So we have one here in 21, which is more like a greyish. It's more brown, but it's a cool toned sort of nude. I'm just swatching them because I'm not going to apply them on the lips, but look, I want to be informative. This is another one which is more like a peachy nude. It looks like a concealer lip on me. This is number 19. And the one that I like the most is 24, which is more like, I don't know, like a reddy nude, dark kind of berry nude. Then we've got these guys here that are Lip Lustres. And once again, some of these are really fun colors. I'm just going to pull out some of the fun colors to swatch quickly. I might put one on my lips. Do I put one? I don't know. I haven't really tried these. They kind of look like a moussey kind of lip gloss with a bit of pigment in them. We got a purple one. That's kind of cool. That one looks kind of patchy, but I don't know if that's just how I applied it. Maybe I'll test this one out quickly. And that's the pink one there. I might put the purple one on just temporarily. It's in Violet Glass and I'm curious about it. So let's just, oh, nice. They smell nice too. They feel nice and they're really smooth, but they're not really opaque. So I don't love a bold lip unless it's opaque. So I much prefer probably the nuder ones. Drop it. I much prefer these kind of nuder colors in this sort of formula because you're not so worried about having like patchy lips. So I don't like seeing the lip color through a bold color like this. So, but they're comfortable. All right, these are the babies that I want to apply. These are the Cosmic Metals, and I got a bunch of these from the PR event and then one from a subscriber from the US, so thank you, Katie. This one, it's like, for some reason, it's supposed to be available in Australia, but they must be low on the supply and it's not anywhere, so I haven't been able to find it in store. So I'm gonna try one of these. I've actually worn this in a video on Beauty News, so I won't wear this one, but I'll wear maybe a crazy color. I kind of wish this was live so you guys can pick one. I don't know. I have also worn that kind of this greeny color in a video when I did a haul about these guys. Maybe I'll go a pink or a purple. Pink or purple or gold or black. Maybe I'll go pink. Let's try the pink one. Now, like I said, I have tried a few of these before and I really do like them because they're a thick gloss with this type of applicator. But what I like about the fact that they're a thick gloss is they really hold the shimmer really well and they don't dry and they're not like crackly and horrible and uncomfortable. It makes it easier to reapply them as well, and they're like, I think because they're a thicker gloss, yeah, they just hold a lot of pigment and colour, so I quite like them. Let's go with the pink. OMG. You can see the pigment there, it's gorgeous. Alright, I actually really love these. They look really cool. Now, I know people, yeah, they've said they're really sticky, they feel really thick, and they are, but at the same time, to get that flawless finish and that much pigmentation, you got to pick your battles. And these are really comfortable because they are a gloss rather than something that settles down to a matte. So I think they're flippin' gorgeous. I really like them. I just wish they came out in more wearable colors, because for me, like, I might wear this out if I was being brave. There's like a gold color that some people might wear out if they're being brave, but my most wearable one is the orange. So probably those ones. And then there's a heap that are like kind of strange. So I might swatch them all for you actually. All right, that's the shades swatched. So potentially those ones there could be wearable. These ones are a little bit more out there. This color is gorgeous. The one I'm wearing, by the way, is Fuchsia Fusion. So they are super pigmented and they're super beautiful. But yeah, if I'm going to go for a metallic look, I'll reach for these because I think they're just more epic and amazing, and the kind of gloss adds to the shine of them. But in saying that, I wish they had reds and like deep berries and plums and dark browns and stuff like that, because I would actually wear them on a daily basis. Like if I was going out for a drink and I wanted to look all fancy, like a really gorgeous blue toned red would be amazing in this formula and this finish. But the kind of colors they chose, even though they're fun, I'd wear them in a video and then never wear them again. So, all right guys, that was my get ready with me using new products. Like, I'd never used this lip product before, never used an eyeliner. This is, a lot of it's new. The only thing that's pretty much not new is I've used the base products a couple of times and I've used the eyeshadow palette once. So most of this is first impressions. Most of it I like. Would I wear it on a daily basis? Not really. Would I wear all this together? Probably not. But most things I did like. I will list all the products in the description box down below, so if you missed anything, you can see it there. I won't do the brushes though, because you can use whatever brushes you want, but I will definitely list the products in the description box. So I am currently in Japan, so if I am slow to replying to comments or anything like that, I'm very sorry, but I should be back next week, I guess. I don't know. There'll be hauls and stuff going on, so you know, Japan makeup hauls when I get back. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. If you've tried any of these products and you do like them, or you have any thoughts about them, or suggestions on what colors are the best or whatever, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. See you guys.